Our coverage on Winter Storm 2022 continues. Now, Dan, it's 13 degrees outside. That's so cold.
I know.
So cold.
Bree, we're talking about the wind and talking about the snow, but 13 degrees. It's going to be the coldest day of the year so far. So
right. So besides staying indoors for safety, stay indoors for warmth today.
Yes, absolutely. Right. And if you do have to go outside to do some shoveling today, you want to make sure you have every bit of skin covered up, because we're talking about wind chills that are going to be staying below zero pretty much all afternoon long. A temp of 13 with a wind right now sustained at 16. You put that together, it feels like it's -3 right now with a visibility of a mile, with snow coming down at varying rates of intensity. So by no means for us are the impacts from this storm going to be epic or anything like that. I mean, yes, we have some snow, we have some wind, we have a lot of cold. So it's kind of just multifaceted for us here in Western Mass. In Eastern Mass, it's about the snow and it's about the wind, and they're getting buried out east. Well, we'll pick up some snow, and we have so far. We picked up anywhere between 2 to 5 inches of snowfall, and we're going to tack on more as we go into the afternoon. But the heaviest snow bands, no doubt, have been lining up across Eastern Mass, and we've been pointing out how that would be the case, right? Check out this snow band right now, which is approaching North Shore of Boston, South Shore of Boston to Providence, Rhode Island. In this snow band, it's coming down at about 3 or 4 inches per hour. And these snow bands have been rotating back into Western Mass, but as they're doing so, they're drying up and falling apart. So we're not getting those super heavy snow bands, but we are getting some moderate snow bands where we've been seeing some substantial snow, especially across eastern parts of Hampden and Hampshire County. Munson and Brimfield, for example, coming in around 5-6 inches of snow so far. Here in Springfield, we have about 3, Northampton about 2, and then you head off to the west. It's actually come to an end out towards Albany, where they really haven't picked up much to begin with. So we're right on the back edge of this storm system. It's a little bit too far east to give us blockbuster snow totals, but nevertheless, still dealing with it as we go into the afternoon. I think we'll probably deal with the steady snowfall up to about 4 or 5 o'clock, so around sundown, and then it'll have a tendency to taper off. Look at this explosive storm development with this area of low pressure, which was nothing yesterday at this time, but boy, is it cranked, and it's really bottoming out, throwing in all the wind and all the moisture and snowfall. But it's going to quickly move out as we head into the evening, and then after dark and through the first half of tonight, it will taper off to flurries. So steady snow through about 4 or 5 o'clock. It'll come down at varying rates of intensity. At times it's light and just flaking. Other times it's coming down pretty good. We still can't rule out some of those heavy snow bands rotating back into eastern parts of Hampden and Hampshire County. For the most part, Springfield, south and east, it's moderate amounts of snow, and then boy, those snow totals go up out east. Winds will gust to 30 to 40 miles per hour the rest of the afternoon. We've noticed that. We've had numerous gusts kind of blowing that snow around and dropping those wind chills down, right? It's 13 in Springfield right now, 17 in Boston. Look out in Nantucket, it's 34. They had a wind gust at Nantucket of 67 miles per hour. We've had winds gusting at about 30, but down at the airport in Bradley, a wind gust of 43. We'll keep with the wind gusts around 30, 35, 40 miles per hour in Springfield. Less north and west, stronger to the east. That's what it feels like outside right now, below zero. So it's going to stay that way as we go into the afternoon. How about Pittsfield right now, where they have light snow? It feels like it's -13. So bitterly cold stuff as well. Let's check in with Ken. He's been outside all morning long in the bitterly cold. And Ken, we're pointing it out when the flakes hit you. Not that I would know, I've been inside all day, but you were telling me it almost stings, right, when it hits you?
Yeah, it definitely does. You know, it's a fine snow, and it definitely stings when it hits your face. And I'll tell you what, in the last half hour or so, we're starting to feel the wind gusts pick up a little bit. In fact, as we're getting ready here, a couple pretty significant gusts, the most that I felt anyway, since being out and about since around 7 a.m. or so. But I'll tell you what, we're ramping up to probably what will be the most, peaked part of this system. As of right now, the bitter cold is going to be an issue as well, with temperatures hanging out in the low teens anyway. And with that, the temperatures are going to dwindle down even more as the snow really kind of progresses. You're talking about basically around 3 to 4 p.m. is when things start to calm down a little bit, especially in Berkshire County, and then starting to slide eastward into Franklin, Hampden, and Hampshire County. The winds, the temperatures are going to stay in that single digits, the low teens perhaps, but with these wind gusts sticking around between 20 to 30 miles per hour, it's really going to feel bitterly cold out there until you finally get until later on this evening, the 10, 11 p.m. hour, where things really start to clear on out, and then temperatures are just going to stay really in that frigid mark, just narrowing down exactly what you said, the coldest day of the year so far. As far as additional snowfall is concerned, you're going to probably pick up another inch to 3 inches in Berkshire County in the western parts of Franklin, Hampden, and Hampshire County, and then maybe perhaps 2 to 4 inches in the southern parts of the Pioneer Valley. And as you get to the eastern part of, say, Hampden County, out towards Palmer, Ludlow, you may pick up another 3 to 6 inches when this thing is all said and done. But until then, the snow is fine. We do have about 3 to 4 inches out here by the station, but I'll send it back on over to you, Dan.
All right, Ken. Yes, so we're talking about the snow, moderate impacts with the snow, right? The wind, moderate impacts, low to moderate impacts is blowing it around, though. We're not overly concerned about power outages. Different story out east. The fact that it is that light, fluffy snow obviously helps with that, right? You don't have it glomming onto everything, but no doubt it is cold with wind chills below zero. So it's kind of the combination of facets here as we go into the afternoon that'll be problematic. So 18, you forget about that. We're at like 14 now, but the temperatures have been falling. Tomorrow it's back to sunshine, 24 for high, but a frigid start. It'll be a blustery day. Moderating trend next week. That'll be nice. All right, everybody, that's your forecast. We'll be back right after this.